Hi everyone. Listen, I just wrote this absolutely fire essay on the Vishaka Nakshatra. Shout out to Claire Narkti for that amazing mini video. She did a mini video today and she uploaded it onto her story. So if you go to claire.narkti at instagram.com, I will link it in the description. My guy, I wrote a fire essay on it, but I think her video sums it up a bit more, academically than me. Check out both. They're both fire. Um, and fire's a bit of a pun. If anybody knows about the Vishaka Nakshatra, fire's a bit of a pun there. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just it's just every day with this shit. Now these kids are asking if they can call me a racial slur again, and they're trying to bargain with themselves that if they make me angry, that none of this is true, that they're not coercive murderers because of their fucking parents. They're thinking to themselves, if I get angry and I start ranting online, that I actually give a shit about them, A, and B, that none of this is real and that I'm lying. The thing about perps is that they when they find out exactly how deep their behavior goes, they can go through something similar to the 5 stages of grief, right? So let me look it up now. And they go through all the motions of grief. And the way it happens is denial. So you guys have seen through countless videos of me approaching the perps, because as soon as you expose a perp, their self-image crumbles. It goes right out the window. Their reputation goes right out the window as soon as you mention it, and they know it. Especially, I was going to say, especially if you reveal that to other people, but the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter. If you're a targeted individual and you confront a perp with their bullshit in any way, now comes the grieving process, because you've messed with their self-image and you've messed with their view of themselves, and they get to realizing that they are way worse people than they thought. And there's a grieving process that comes with that. So the first thing is denial. That whole family has been through denial, lying, load of rubbish, all that type of shit. So everybody that I've talked about with regards to this perp stuff, and the people who have been receiving this information, straight denial. When they get past the denial point and they can see that I'm not making this up, then they get angry at me for telling the truth and for saying what needs to be said. And that anger can come out in violence, use of slurs. It can come out in, like, a lot of TIs go through this. A lot of TIs go through violence and stuff like that. I mean, check out Ciara Tavares and what happened to her. They literally tried to commit GBH by making her burn herself on a cooker. Broke into her house, fucked with her things, broke her phone. So anger can also be a stage that the perps go through once you blow the lid off the top and you reveal them for what they really are. So they get angry with you, right? And then they start bargaining. Now, when I said stuff about the kids needed me to be angry and therefore it's not real, this is not the first time it's happened. This is not the first time it's happened. Because a lot of the perps get angry when they're confronted on a lie, and they're confronted about the fact that they're perps. Because like I said, I've experienced that multiple times. You confront them being a perp, denial and anger is usually what follows, right? So because they get angry and deny shit when they lie, they are bargaining with themselves that if I get angry and if I start screaming or if I start ranting online, then suddenly I'm lying. But it doesn't work like that. A TI could fucking blow their top, but the truth is the truth. It might color your perception of it. It might color your, the perp's perception of it, because they can lie out of their own anger. and they can delude themselves out of their own anger. But when you're talking about your TI experiences and you're talking about being tortured and you're talking about being, you know, it's not a lie. Just because the perps get pleasure out of seeing you angry, it doesn't mean it's a lie. So that's the third stage, bargaining. And the fourth stage is depression. I've seen depression as well in perps. I've seen perps get depressed. There was one time where I was living in like supported housing and I had a perp next to me that was basically showing secret footage of me to their friends, talking shit about me, showing my tweets. My tweets are public, so I can't claim stalking there. That was public, right? And they were continuously lying about the fact that just lie after lie after lie. And at a certain point, they started to get really, really depressed. And a lot of perps go through this when they are grieving over the fact that they are not only committing coercive murder, but facilitating in genocide. Then it comes the sinking feeling, I am never getting out of this. My life is not going to be the same again. My life's going to be fucking ruined. Not only because I've done this to this one person, but the actions that I've engaged in, it could affect my entire neighborhood, my entire community, even the whole fucking country. So there's a depression that comes with the gravity of that knowledge. And I think whilst the kids are at the bargaining stage, I think the adults in the family and basically anybody who has been a part of this, who is an adult, I think at this point, they're in the depressed stage. They're in the depressed stage. But one thing I will say is that I have never met a perp that could truly accept what they're doing. I've never met a perp that can truly accept what they're doing. Because in order to do something like this, like the happiest perps are the ones that are deep down in denial. The happiest perps who are doing this are the ones deep down in denial. The happiest perps are not the one who can accept what's going on. Because from time you can accept what's going on and you accept you're a perp, you don't want any part of it. The ones who have reached the acceptance stage, they're like, nah, fuck this, I'm out. I'm out. And that's why I can say, like, with absolute certainty, I haven't met a perp who truly accepts what's going on. I've never met a perp who truly accepts their role on what they're doing. And the higher up you go, the more the deeper the denial goes, because they'll convince themselves, I'm doing this for the good of humanity. No, you're not doing it for the good of humanity. Doing it for control. Slavery is not good for humanity. You're doing it for control. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's denial. And denial, in order to do stuff like this to people, is vital. So yeah, it's just the usual shit. I'm used to it. When perps find out what they've been doing to me, and not only what they've been doing to me, what the consequences are for themselves, anybody who ever believed them, and even the people who didn't believe them, even like the consequence is just too fucking like big to consider. So that's why when you confront them with their perp shit, the grief runs deep. And that's what all this bullshit is about. Can you say the M word? You're a fucking murderer. What difference does it make? And the fact that you only care about your feelings and what you can say rather than what you're doing to another human being, those type of flaws in a child is a testament to the failure of the people who raised them. Like, you want to talk about racial slurs. to somebody, you know somebody's being tortured electronically, you know you've been harassing this person for months, and you're still debating whether you can use a racial slur or not just because nobody likes you. What kind of entitlement do you have to have? And what kind of entitlement are you being taught? All right, cool. That's just you feeling sorry for yourself. You want to use a slur because you're feeling sorry for yourself. It's amazing to me how much you want to feel sorry for yourself. You think the world is being mean to you over shit that you did. So that's it. That's all I have to say on that. I'll leave the links. Hang on. Is there anything else I want to say? Because the thing is, I always forget something when I come offline. I always forget. And I want to make sure I want to forget because I don't want to make another fucking video today. Got shit to be getting on with. Yeah. Check out the Vishaka essay. Good shit. And check out that video by Claire Nanty. Yeah. Yeah. So that's me done. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's like it's grey outside, but it's like 5 o'clock in the evening. So that like the summer months are a bit much to get used to after so much darkness. But apparently in Sweden, there's a point in midsummer where the sun doesn't set at all. That is fucking scary. That is fucking scary. Can you imagine? I'd love that though. Love to experience that. But yeah, like having to deal with this. Can you imagine having to deal with this over the summer holidays? Can you imagine how rough that 6 weeks is going to be for me? And not only just for me, but for everybody else. I mean, I don't know. Somebody's got to go. It's got to be me or them. It can't go on like this. It cannot go on like this. I don't mind leaving. Like I said, I didn't mind leaving in the first place. But the council wanted to fucking play mind games. I could have left. Ain't my fault I'm still here. I could have left at any time. This whole thing could have been squashed months ago. I already threatened the mother 3 times. That was the landlord's perfect opportunity to get rid of me, but now they can't do it. So now they need to play this like silly bollocks campaign shit. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. That like the simple solution is right there, and you don't want to do it. All right, cool. But I said, like council, landlords, anyhow this shit goes left, I'm blaming you. I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming you. I warned them. They will be held liable for anything that happens. Mental health too. Right. So now I gotta go. You see, that's the thing that I forgot that I was supposed to say. Now I gotta go. I love you guys very much. You guys take care. My fellow TIs, I love you. Bye-bye. Bye.